This is your one and only FireSpark81 with your daily dose of video goodness. Welcome to the first episode of my new series, Building Vertical, where I teach you how to build epic tree houses. In this first episode, I'm going to show you how to build this treehouse base structure that I'm standing on. In the next episode, I'll show you how to expand upon this structure to make an epic treehouse. Let's take a look at the structure so you can see how awesome it is and that it is enclosed and does provide a good amount of room. All right. Now, let's take a look at how to build this awesome structure. So I have a platform set up. I have the basic outline started so you guys can see how it's done, and then I'll show you step by step on how to set this up. Basically, what you're going to do is just repeat this over and over and over again to get your outer wall. All you have to do, it's really simple. If you count these are even or an odd number. So you can find the middle like so with your fence foundation, butt it right up against that back board, and you want to get it as straight as you possibly can, but you have lines to follow, so it's pretty easy. And I have a couple other ways to build these walls and everything, but this one was the easiest one I found so far to get everything lined up and straightened. But I'll teach you other techniques to building these treehouse bases in the future. Okay, so if we look here, you can see that there are 4 sections in between each of these boards. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's how you know you found the middle. Then you want to make it too long, and then you're gonna put, oops, not like that. You want them to be straight, like so. Then you're going to have this gap here in between each of them. But that is not a problem, because all you have to do is take your next one. And this can be tricky because sometimes it wants to snap to these, but you can place it where it won't snap. And what I do, if you look here at the bottom next to my hotbar, you can see I put it in the board about like that, and I look over at the other side, and you got to eye this one up, but this is honestly the only piece of this setup for the treehouse base structure that you have to really eye up. And I mean, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect because you're just filling in that gap, and if you get it really close like so, it'll be fine. So all we're gonna do is just repeat this over and over and over again all the way around the treehouse platform until we get back to the beginning. Now, like I said, this part is kind of a little bit tedious, but this is the only part of this build that becomes a total, well, I wouldn't say a total pain in the butt, but a little bit of a pain in the butt. And once you get the hang of it, it starts to flow pretty quickly. What I like to do is go through and do each of the middle sections first, and then you can go through and do the outside, these T-pieces, and then you can go back through and do the gap fillers. And you can also make sure that you have them even or as straight as you possibly can, because you can look at this tip here and see how centered it is. This one's a tad off, but it'll be okay. Okay, now that we have all the spokes done, I go back through and I like to check them just to double check that there's 4 on each side and that they're all centered, because it is kind of easy to mess them up and not have a centered one, which I actually did before I started recording this video, and then realized I had screwed up, so I had to fix it on the template over there that I showed you guys. So just go through, double check, make sure there's 4 sections on each side. Alright, we're good. Now we're going to go back through and put the T sections on our spokes. Now that we have the T sections, we're going to go through and place all of our gap fillers. And like I stated before, you can be as accurate as you want with these, or a little bit sloppy if you want. They should overlap just fine without any issue. And it's basically preference there, how neat you want your base foundation to your treehouse to look. And I find it helps to take a step back if they want to snap and get in the way. Okay, now that we've done all of that, you can see we have a nice... Oh, we missed one. Okay, now, as I was saying, you can see we have a nice circle all the way around. Now what you're going to do is go through and place your walls. We're actually done with those, so I'm going to get rid of those. And they'll want to keep doing this. I get in a hurry. It's best if you actually take this kind of slow. Now, here is something that I can show you how to fix. You see this gap? This gap shouldn't be there, and it doesn't have to be there. The problem is these spokes snap to the wrong spot. Let's try getting rid of this one and replacing it. Yeah, see? Now our gap is gone. You should not have those gaps. The only place you should have maybe a little bit of a gap is where you place your gap fillers. We have another one here. I'm not going to worry about it because this is just a demonstration to teach you, and I've shown you how to fix it. So if you have these gaps like this, you can fix them as I just showed you on this one. It's also best to fill your outer spokes first, as you saw there, in your T intersections, and then fill in your gap fillers, because you can end up with that, oh, you can't place it, it's obstructed. No, it's not obstructed, Ark. You don't know what you're talking about. FireSpark has tested and proven this method, and it does work. Don't listen to your Ark. If it tells you it doesn't work, Ark is dumb or you're doing it wrong. Now we have our solid wall all the way around. Now we're just going to go back through and place it too high. So make sure you've tamed your beaver and you have crap tons of wood and crap tons of wood wall, because this takes a lot. Or you could download my super cheaty build box mod and just, you know, do it that way. But if you're playing on an official server, you're gonna need a beaver, definitely. Okay, now that it's too high, here comes the tricky part. Because if you get your ceiling and you try to place your ceiling, Ark tells you, oh no, you can't place that here because I'm Ark and I like to drive you crazy with stupid rules like, you know, you don't have any foundational support because obviously we're not on a giant tree platform. So what you do to trick this, and don't ask me why this works, but it works. Place your pillar there, like so. And now you can place your ceiling. Once again, I don't understand why this works, but if you place your pillar here, you don't even have to build it up. Just place a pillar like this, and it will allow you to build your ceiling. So what we're going to do, because we want this to look somewhat pretty, is we're going to go through and place a pillar at the end of each of our spokes. And then after we're all done, I'll show you how to clean it up and make it look nice. So then you're gonna go through and just place these like so. Don't do this crazy stuff. Don't do that. Keep it straight. And it will overlap. And then you're gonna have a nice circular gap around the inside. And I will show you how to fill that in after we're done doing the roof. Ignore that. I don't know why that's doing that. It snapped to the wrong spot. Let's fix that, because that's gonna bug me. Now we have these gaps here that we have to fill in, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second, but let's go ahead and I will show you how to clean up this crazy shenanigans here. See how these pillars snap side by side like this? Snap one there. Don't delete any of these pillars till we're all done. Snap one there. Gonna do that all the way around. You know what? We're done with the ceiling, so actually let's just swap those because that's getting on my nerves. Okay. This will be tricky sometimes, but it will work. You just gotta look at it the right way. Come on, don't make me out to be a liar. There it was. There you go. It's finicky because I think we're kind of doing some stuff we shouldn't be doing, or that it doesn't want you to do. But it will work. Now, once you have these 2x2 pillars going all the way around, you should be able to delete these without any issues. And there we have it. Now, to fill in these gaps, we're going to basically do the same thing. When you place a pillar here, it tricks the game and it'll allow you to place it there. Otherwise, it's going to tell you, you know, have any foundational support, blah, 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 yakety, yakety. But if you place this pillar here, it'll allow you to do it. And then what I do is I just place another pillar. You don't have to. You can leave the one there like we just had it. But I like to place the other one because it makes it look better. And it will snap to the location that you need it to be. So, see how it just snaps without any issue? And then we're going to do that all the way around. Now we have everything done except for our center gap. You can see we're completely enclosed, no gaps at all, except for the center one. And that is where the ramps come into play. So all we have to do is find our centerpieces like this, and then get it to not be a pain in the butt. See how there's a straight piece. If you go to your center, and you can see it forms a straight line, and then there's the angle. That straight line, it should snap to like that. What you're going to do is you're going to have cross sections, and that'll show you that you're doing it right, because the cross sections will be like this. There. So you want cross sections like this on the inside. That's how you know that you've done it and that they're lined up right. And they should be at each of the metal bars. You can also do this from above. I just find it easier to do it down below. Yeah, it's kind of a pain because you're forcing the game to do something you don't want it to do, it doesn't want to do. Okay, so I figured out the issue. The problem is if you get your spokes too close inwards, your whole base structure becomes too close and will stop you from being able to place the ramps. You are able to place the ramps. As you can see here, I've placed them all the way around. There is no trickery. These are 100% vanilla. The problem is if you get these spokes too far in, you'll end up obstructed. I guess you get just too far, the slightest little bit too far, and hit the obstruction point of the ramp. So my recommendation, let me find it here, is right here, to leave a little bit of a gap. Maybe not this big of a gap, but don't sink it all the way back in like I did here. Leave a little bit of a gap, butt it up against the board to line it up like it is here, and then just take a little step back so you get the tiniest little space like that. And if you do that, you shouldn't have any issues completing the inner circle here to keep your base 100% fortified. Nobody can get into this base. This structure design is 100% enclosed. So if you run into a problem placing the inside ramps to seal it off, just destroy that section and rebuild it and leave yourself a little more space, because the ramps should all snap. And you will know that they're correct and that you're fortified when you end up with this cross section at each of the metal sections on the tree. So see, that would be wrong. If you just look around a little bit, you'll get it to snap to the right point, and you'll have a cross section over each of these metal bars. And that's how you'll know it's right. If you have any issues and it's not working, just try moving your walls out just a tad by leaving yourself a little more space on your spokes there. Well, that's going to call it for this episode of Building Vertical. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you didn't, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think I can do better, and I'll do my best to improve. If you're shy and you don't like to leave a comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. It helps out a lot. Until next time, thanks for watching.